Hey, everybody. Here we are with our very first video Podketeer. Now, I didn't go over what I was going to name this podcast, but I already have the domain name podketeer.com. I have it set up on Podbean. Or if you're, it's Podbean, Podbean. And if you want to listen to just the audio version of this podcast, you can go on Podbean and look up Podketeer. Now, I'll tell you, there are two Podketeers on there. There's one that has my picture that you see on Facebook all the time, and that's the one that is this podcast. The other one, somebody decided to steal my name and created another podcast, but it's gone dormant. He's not doing it anymore, but it still shows up when you do the search. So make sure you see my lovely face, and that will give it to you. My lovely sister Melody is right alongside me. You can see her in Frontierland. it's actually not Frontierland, but we'll pretend it is. I am in Frontierland. I don't know if you recognize the structure behind me, but I am under the awning at the Hunger Restaurant in Frontierland. I just had my lunch. We are going to do 15 minutes today because Melody and I were really busy this weekend and didn't have a chance to sit down and, put a script together or anything. And I'll tell you, Melody is very nice for doing this with me. She doesn't have the Disney background that I have. She hasn't had it.
I love Disneyland.
Yes. Melody likes it, but loves it, but she's a long way away from it. She's up in Lancaster. But her and her husband are going to come down here. We're all going to go to her. And that day we'll do a special podcast with all of us together. This is all being done on, I think Melody's end is being done on her new computer. My end is being done with my iPhone, which it was usually the other way around. Melody did her podcast with the iPhone, and I did my end with the computer. So we've switched places. Everything's real nice here today. The weather is amazingly nice. It's in the mid-70s. When I got here, I got to park on the bottom level of the parking structure. And I get here till 10 o'clock. That is utterly amazing. Now, of course, I have a head placard. I wouldn't have gotten to park on the bottom level if it wasn't for the fact that I had handicap placard. But I was very surprised. There were 4 handicap spots open when I got here. And it's been years since I parked on the bottom level. It's not crowded here at all. It's lunchtime, basically. I'm here at the Hungry Bear, and 90% of the tables are empty. There's nobody, and usually it's really crowded because this is a popular place.
Why do you think it's empty today, Mark?
I probably people had heard about the hurricane and that we were going to get the tail end of the hurricane, but Siri promises me it's not going to rain. So we'll see. And I have a raincoat that I keep in the trunk of my car. It's in a bag. That it's my Disneyland raincoat. It doesn't have any Disney characters on it, but it's the one I take with me when I'm afraid it might just rain. But I do that.
Rain isn't a bad thing in California.
No.
Especially in the summer, it'll bring down the temperature, and it generally doesn't get too wet.
And to all of our friends down in Mexico, I hope everything is okay. You guys are really having a bad time. I don't know if you've seen the flooding they're having down there.
I
Uh,
have.
my friend that I work with is down in Mexico on vacation, and he's in the area where a lot of this is going on. His house is, so I'm hoping everything is okay with him. But I'm not watching this podcast. He has no interest in Disney stuff whatsoever. But anyway, I'm going to be meeting one person that contacted me. I don't have her name in front of me, and my memory for names is terrible. Uh, Yesterday was my 44th wedding anniversary. To those of you who do not know, I lost my wife in 2020, but still love her to pieces. And I went out and put flowers on her grave for our anniversary.
And she's
So
always with us.
she was the nicest person you would ever want to meet. I
It's
don't
true.
know a single person who did not like her. So,
Nobody.
no, but back on the good, more pleasant talk.
Ridiculous.
Uh, this place I'm eating at is only open for one more day after today. They close on the 8th for refurbishment. This used to be the only place in Disneyland you could get a grilled chicken sandwich. Well, they have taken the grilled chicken sandwich off the menu. It is now a breaded chicken sandwich. So if you want a grilled chicken sandwich, you have to go to Smoke Jumpers over in DCA. And they have a
Isn't there
very good grilled chicken sandwich. I'm sorry?
isn't there also a barbecue place over by the oh God, you can tell I'm not a Disney Daily person. Um
The Bingle Barbecue next
yes,
to
yes.
the junk.
Yeah.
It's right across the street from the Jungle Boat. There used
The
to be a
Jungle Cruise.
barbecue. There used to be a barbecue back where they built Galaxy's Edge. They had a all you can eat barbecue back there.
Yeah.
I did it one time and it was okay. I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't
the
anything
bingo.
I
Now
the
what are we
what the
gonna be I'm sorry, go ahead.
no what I want to do now
Yeah.
is I'm sure you and Larry will be in on this. Uh, I want to go to 21 Royal. You ever heard of 21 Royal?
I've heard about it.
You have to have a group of 12 people.
Right.
Well, you can do it with two people, but it costs the same whether you have two people or 12 people.
I can do it with my whole family and yours.
Okay. Well, for 12 people, it costs $15,000 to have dinner.
Okay.
So it's $1,250 a piece.
Okay.
And it is, look it up on the internet. It is an amazing, everybody once in your life.
Yeah.
You should go out and buy a tuxedo. Don't rent one, buy one. Wear it
Yeah,
to
oh
this event.
definitely.
You'd have to wear a tux. This is tuxedo territory.
Larry
Uh,
owns a tux. So.
and what I would like to do is put together 12 people who would each be willing to fork out the $1,250 for themselves and get together as a group because you have to pay the $15,000
I would imagine.
like
Yeah.
up front. Yeah, but I mean, you can't do it one of each person go in and pay. You have to
Yeah.
walk in there with here's my
Of
15
course.
grand. So
You have to put the Disney
you
plastic down.
right, you would have to have, and you get no discount for your Inspire Pass. I'm sorry,
Of
but
course
there's
not.
no discount. Uh, so you would have to have 11 people you trusted or that would trust you to hand you $1,250. You know, not hoping you're not going to run off to Las Vegas with it. So
So we
I would,
could put together a group from our
yeah,
group.
that's what I would like to do. So anybody in the group who, I mean, look, believe me, I understand if you can't afford it because this is a lot of money. But if you can, the only reason I can is because I my whole life and put it in my 401k. So I have a few things that I can splurge on one or two things. I'm going to. There's stuff like you know what they call your bucket list, the things I'd like to do.
Right.
I'd like to go to Germany and see Miniature Wonderland. Have you ever heard of Miniature Wonderland?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to go to. That's the only country I would like to go to outside of our own. Is I would like to go there and see Miniature Wonderland. The rest of my vacation time I spend on my pass. That $1,750. Well, actually, they haven't raised it yet. They said they were going to raise it, but when I renewed my pass, it was still 1650. So I don't know if that was a discount for renewal because they used to do that on the annual passes. They used to give you like $100 discount when you renewed your annual pass. So that may be what we've got here is
Well,
something
with
like that.
everything you get for it, I mean, it's amazing. That's a really good deal.
Yeah, I do not feel cheated by the
Yeah.
money that I pay because I come out here every Saturday. The only time, if I'm not here, I'm sick. Like the last time I
It's
wasn't
true.
here, I was in the hospital. So that'll tell you.
He was having a
So,
heart problem, so
yes,
you go there.
yes. My heart was broken because I couldn't go to Disneyland. But now, of course, come December, unfortunately, I will not be able to come here because I am blacked out for 3 weeks in December and 1 week in January. Even though I
But
pay for the most expensive pass, I still have that month blacked out that I can't come.
I wonder if
Um,
they'd let me in on my birthday.
sure, if you pay $140.
Okay. My birthday is Christmas Day.
Oh,
So,
if you pay, like I can come if I'm
but not
willing to
on yours.
pay,
I
but I
got you.
can't get in on my pass.
That's understandable. You have to do something with those passes.
I mean, I don't think it's very understandable. I think I should get in 365 days a year.
Oh, I think so too. But I mean, it's business is business, and they do some slimy stuff.
I mean,
But
I can understand Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
yep,
I, I have been here on New Year's 2 or 3 times, and it is literally packed.
yeah,
There isn't room to breathe, especially as you get close to midnight.
yeah.
The
It
last
is.
time
It's
I came
ridiculous.
I came with my daughter Allison, and she and I stood right in front of the castle because that's where they had the stage set up, and like we had people stepping on our feet. It was really crowded. So
Okay, let me. We're getting up close to 15 minutes, so I wanted to ask you what our show is going to be about. What are we going to be covering in regards to Disneyland?
I think the best thing to do, because things change here all the time, is to just keep ourselves up to date on what's going on. Like right now, we have the Disneyland Forward initiative that's going on, the $2 billion refurbishment of Disneyland, and they're going to build new lands, an Avatar land, and it's going to be something pretty special. I'm very much hoping they spend a goodly portion of that $2 billion to fix Tomorrowland. Because
Yes.
Tomorrowland is broken, and it really needs to be fixed. The rest of the park, I think, is fine. I don't have any. Galaxy's Edge, they did a great job on Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah,
That's a wonderful place.
I agree.
Just get rid of Tomorrowland and call Galaxy's Edge Tomorrowland.
Day after Tomorrowland, yeah.
But I think they should tear down the Carousel of Progress. It's broken. It
I
doesn't
think
turn
it's time.
anymore. Either
And
fix
I
it,
love-
bring back Carousel of Progress, or take it out of there and put something else there. They've got that giant theater over there where Captain EO and Honey, I Shrunk the Audience used to be, and that's just sitting there empty.
I know.
The Tomorrowland Terrace Theater doesn't go up and down anymore. And they don't have any kind of decent entertainment there anymore. It's just an eyesore, to be honest with you. And look, I love Disneyland. So these are all constructive criticisms. They're all things I would like to see them do because I think they need to do them in order to keep the park up and popular and so forth. Like the cigar store Indian. I've been complaining about that cigar store Indian for quite a while. It needs to be repainted. What they should do, they should have 2 cigar stores. They have done that with a lot of things. Did you know that all of the lampposts at Disneyland were replaced?
Yeah, I had known
They-
that.
They had cast iron ones, and they got so rusty that they took them, they made a mold of them and recreated them out of fiberglass. And you can't tell looking at them. They look just the same.
Yeah, I loved Tomorrowland. It was my favorite part of the park, and I still think it needs to be taken down. And it's not tomorrow there anymore. It's 20 years, 30 years ago.
I'd like to see them keep the submarines, but I'd like to see them get rid of the Finding Nemo and turn it back into what it was when the park opened.
Yes, I agree.
Paint them all gray, make them military submarines. Just go back to what it was. Keep that a retro part of the park. The monorail, of course, has to stay there.
Yeah.
But we need the monorail there.
Oh, sure.
That's just
It's like doing away with the castle. It just
yeah.
you
can't
can't
get rid of
do
the
certain
monorail.
things.
That has to be there. They need to refurbish the bobsleds because even Bob Gurr, the guy that created the bobsleds, won't ride it anymore because it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So they need to put that back in mothballs and fix the problems on that.
Yes. And no one
And
will
they-
miss it for the short period of time.
And they need to do one of 2 things. Either take out the people mover track or fix the people mover and put it back in. It doesn't have to be the same people mover we had before. It can be something different. But if that track is going to stay there, it should do something. Other than right now, the only thing the track in Tomorrowland is good for is shade.
Well, couldn't they turn it into transportation to the individual rides? I mean, it really was
Well, that's
nothing
what
more
it-
than a
that's-
ride itself.
Well, you would have to stop too many times.
Yeah.
And one of the problems with with turning it back into the People Mover is the fact that they have closed off all the passageways that used to go through the buildings
Yeah.
because the rocket rods, I was trying to think of the name of the ride, the rocket rods didn't use any of those passages, so they closed them off. And it'd be very difficult for them to restore that back to what it was.
Right.
But I don't think it really needs to be what it was. It just needs to function as something other than shade.
Yes.
So
I
that's my
agree.
gripe for today. But
Okay.
like, great. We're at 20 minutes. I said we were going to do 15. Melody has some things to do, so we're going to cut this short. So I hope you all enjoyed this. What we're doing is we are streaming this live to YouTube. So if you want to watch it live, we'll start announcing when we're going to do it. Right now, we're kind of flying it's by the seat of our pants. So just cut us a little slack. And
Well,
this will become.
let us live vicariously. Where are you going from here today?
From here, I'm probably going to go run over to California Adventure and wander around over there a little bit. Normally I get here around 10 o'clock, sometimes as late as 11, but between 10 and 11, and I stay till 4 or 5 o'clock because I'm here every Sunday or
Yeah.
Saturday,
Yeah.
not Sunday. I'm here every Saturday. Sunday is for grocery shopping.
And grandchildren.
And taking my grandchildren to IHOP.
Yeah.
We get up at 7 o'clock. If you want to meet me for breakfast uh, at the corner of Imperial and Idaho, we eat at the IHOP right there. So get there
There
at
you go.
7 o'clock and we can have breakfast together.
There you go.
All
All
right,
right.
sister dear. This is Melody Clark, who she is an author.
Yep.
Uh,
I off.
of many things. She knows Dark Shadows like I know Disney. So,
Yeah. I don't know if I know it that well, but I certainly know it better than I know Disneyland. But I love Disneyland. So
but we're gonna educate Melody on Disneyland.
there you go. And I
All
am going to
right,
come
so
down there once a month.
good deal. So
Okay.
we're going to put a link to the YouTube podcast in the group, and we're going to put it a few other places. And I don't know for sure this is going to work. Melody's going to try to do this. I have a Podbean account that I did not cancel in time, and it auto renewed. So it was kind of expensive. So, and that was for my old audio podcast, which if you want to get on Podbean and look up Podketeer, you can find the audio podcast and listen to that. And there's 97 episodes, but for some reason they lost the first 5. So you can listen to episodes 6 through 97 on Podbean. And it's little old me.
Fantastic.
About the first 5 or 6 episodes were a little weak. It got better once I got my theme song. We're going to use that theme song for this podcast, but I'm still working on getting it ironed out and added to the podcast. So this week we had no theme song, but I'm hoping we'll have one soon. And like I say, Melody's going to put the audio version of this, I hope, on Podbean. Look for it there, and hopefully just listed under video podcast, video podketeer, because that's what I'm calling this, because I wanted it to be the old name. So, all right, so I hope you guys like this. It drug on a little longer than I thought. And for me, having Magical Disney and Melody, Melody?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Goodbye, folks. We'll see you next time.
Okay, take care, and we shall see you next Saturday.